Building muscle at the wrong time of year is a mistake that rugby players don't want to make. Here's how to time it properly. The off-season is a brilliant muscle building window. Use it. Recovery capacity is high. Game stress is gone, and you can really push volume, eat more specifically, and genuinely commit to growth. Body composition changes like growing lean mass or trying to lose body fat, they are usually time and energy consuming. So during the rugby season, when you have training and games alongside your day-to-day life, you might suffer from trying to refine your nutrition or adding more fatiguing training. Pre-season is where the magic happens. You should aim to push yourself here by increasing volume and intensity towards the start of the season. Chase those strength and size gains alongside reintroducing your rugby training. Due to the likely spikes in load that you're going to get in the preseason, you will need a huge emphasis on recovery so that you adapt and grow amongst the highly fatiguing training. In season is all about strategic timing. The goal is to protect what you have earned in the off season without it interfering with game performance. Training frequency is going to drop to lower the volume and the fatigue levels and peak you for game day. Game day is priority, so you want to be at your best, most energetic for that day every single week. If you're chasing growth in season, try to up the training on weeks off or on weeks that you have reduced amounts of game time. That way you don't overdo it on game week and you have more energy to put towards the muscle gain. The mistake a lot of players make is trying to build muscle during the season when recovery is already stretched between games, between training, traveling, work. It usually ends in fatigue, underperformance, or even injury. Build in the off season when conditions support it. Maintain during the season when they don't. And just top it up with little boosts thrown in on those less demanding weeks. Time it properly and you'll be bigger and stronger every single year than you were the last. I hope you're enjoying this video. If you want more free and exclusive rugby tips that will make you a more complete player, check out the links in the description. If you're a rugby player that struggles to get big, then you might be making one of these mistakes. Not recovering enough. This is the simplest one. You can train perfectly at high loads with consistency and still not build a single gram of muscle if you're not refueling and not recovering. If you aren't feeling or seeing a difference over weeks and months of consistent training, you're not fueling and recovering enough. If you're feeling more and more tired or sore and not more and more big and strong, then you're not fueling and recovering enough. It really could be that simple. Not hitting the key stimuli for hypertrophy. If you're still only using the same sets and reps, the same intensities every single week, your body has nothing to adapt to. You need to cover the spectrum of tension, damage, and stress to stimulate growth. This in turn will help your performance on the pitch. Don't get stuck in the 3x10 safety loop because that's what you're comfortable with, or because that's what ChatGPT gave you as a program to do. Neglecting movement quality. Controlling the load through a full range of motion is the best way to enhance your growth. Ego lifting and neglecting this is the best way to stagnate or just hurt yourself. Film your sets, slow it down. Movement quality before load is the general rule of thumb. Rushing the lowering phase. The eccentric phase is where a huge portion of the damage and tension stimulus comes from. Dropping the weight and rushing through your reps, it isn't training the full movement properly. Slow it down and make sure you gain control. Thinking that pure rugby training isn't going to get you jacked. Too many players let their personal wants get in the way of their rugby performance because they think to look bigger and better, they need a general program and not a rugby one. If you train and live a rugby lifestyle, then you will perform and look like a serious athlete. Just use minor edits inside of a rugby program to increase your lean mass, like pump finishes, drop sets or cluster sets to add some volume where it's applicable. More of a recovery focus. These are just some examples. Staying too comfortable. Muscle growth requires pushing your limits. If you're consistently finishing your sets feeling like you had a load of reps left, then the stimulus just isn't strong enough. Push yourself to intensity, give the muscles something to adapt to. Following bodybuilding programs. You aren't a bodybuilder, you're a rugby player. That push-pull legs program that you've got online, it doesn't account for the fact that you are playing rugby multiple times a week. Rugby demands strength, size, speed, power, robustness, agility, skill, coordination. You need a program that complements all of that, and not one that fatigues it. Inconsistency. One hard week followed by two really average ones doesn't build any muscle. It builds risk. Growth requires sustained progressive effort over long periods. Schedule your training, do it, apply the principles, and then do it again the following week. You risk injury if you blast yourself once a week or month. Building muscle for rugby, it comes down to understanding the mechanisms and applying them consistently. Train through all three of those mechanisms: tension, damage, and stress. Fuel your rugby with enough protein, carbs, and hydration. Sleep and recover like it is an integral part of the program, because it is. It's where all of the changes are made. Build in the off-season and the pre-season. Maintain it in the season with smart top-ups away from games, and adjust your approach based on your role on the pitch. If you want this all structured into a complete program, why not join mine? The link's below.